You'd imagine that a private fertility clinic off Great Portland Street is going to be the first thing in discretion. An anonymous door in an old Georgian house with a single buzzer. Nothing but the initials of the company written on the piece of card. But when he raises his eyes from Google Maps, he instead encounters a glass-fronted monstrosity. They've got CRGH written over the entrance and shouting, "Look at me," kind of font. A logo that's like, well, it's like a penis growing out of some grass. To the left and right over the frosted windows, thank God for small graces, they've got signage reading Centre for Reproductive and Genetic Health. He checks left and right, waits for the chick in the Guns N' Roses t-shirt to go past, then pushes the buzzer. "Hello?" No response. He pulls at the door. No look. Up the road, the hot chick waits for the green man. He stops at the button. 2, 3, 4 times, without any explanation. No words from the other side. A green light appears on the intercom and the magnetic lock clunks to. He opens the door and throws himself inside. There are 2 women in reception. Neither look his way. Instead, they focus their attention on the receptionist. The one at the front of the queue is talking quickly and quietly. The preternatural calm of a bomb disposal expert. You can't hear what she's saying to the receptionist, who looks like every receptionist you've ever met, but with less alacrity in her smile, like she feels, with every interaction, an obligation to apologize for her existence, but must insist, despite the difficulties involved, the disappointments, the delays, the downright unfairness of not being able to reproduce, that you arrive on time, do as the doctor asks, pay your fucking bill. The would-be mother finishes whatever it is she's saying, and the receptionist does a kind of smiling grimace. "No, I'm afraid no doctors are available at this time, but I'll be happy to schedule an appointment for you at your earliest convenience." Between the woman and the would-be mother, there's one of those Perspex screen things that appeared everywhere during COVID. They remind him of dodgy off-licenses, the kind of places where junkies go for a breakfast can of Carlsberg Export before they borrow, steal, and beg whatever they can for a proper feed. The would-be mother says something else. The receptionist does her grimacing smile. "No, I'm afraid that won't be possible." She probably asked for the screen to remain after Boris cancelled COVID. Anything to provide protection from the desperation radiating from the patients. Jesus, what did he do for a bit of protection? Some portable shield that could parry the breakfast ambush, the 4 a.m. sneak attack, the various accusations of crimes against fertility. Drinking, smoking, hot baths, cycling a bike, skinny jeans. The would-be mother says something else to the receptionist, but he keeps his head down and scurries to the back of the room. He doesn't even look at the other woman waiting in the queue. And when the redhead up front finishes saying whatever it is she's saying and exits snappish, the other woman, maybe in solidarity, maybe in disgust, maybe in a final, "fuck this, I'm off to the pub for a pint of vodka and a gram of coke" kind of moment, does one as well. It's just him and the receptionist now. Why does he feel so tired all of a sudden? "Can I help you?" "I'm here for a date of birth, please." She keeps her eyes on the computer screen. 6th of the 4th, 1982. "Full name, please." He's never sure what they mean by this in England. Surely they don't want his confirmation name. Baptismal for a bit of panache? Or is the double barrel a little too Tory? "Seamus O'Connor?" "Yes, Mr. O'Connor, I can see you have an appointment for a..." Her eyes scan the room, her voice drops to a whisper. "A semen culture and analysis. But I'll have to have the finance team call you first. Is that okay? I pay first?" The receptionist blushes, then looks annoyed. "Yes. How much is it?" Her face is stony now. The finance team can discuss this with you. If you'll just have your phone in hand, take a seat." He does as he's told. The finance team call, and they lower their voice in the exact same way when they mention the semen. Like the little swimmers might hear them, might decide to prematurely jump from the blocks. Or worse still, go on strike, lay down tools, raise a picket line, refuse to go back until they've secured dignified working conditions. And how much is it in total? Oh, sorry. How much is that in total? It'll be 150 for the semen culture and another 80 for the analysis. The most expensive wank he's ever going to have. He takes out his credit card and reads out the long number and expiry date. Somewhere in the midst of that recital, he becomes angry, shift in tone not lost on the girl on the other end of the line. And the 3 numbers on the back. You can hear her fingernails stabbing the keyboard while he talks. Thank you, that's gone through. We'll inform reception to move forward with your appointment. A nurse will be with you shortly. And sure enough, a nurse arrives before him. Was she standing there all that time, waiting on the other side of the door, listening for her cue to go on? What is this? Please follow me, Mr. O'Connor, she says, behind a surgical mask. They go down some stairs into the basement. The corridor is the colour of anonymous corridors everywhere. Here we are. Another nurse goes by. She doesn't make eye contact. Are there any men working in this place? Would a male position the wank room in a windowless basement? Wouldn't he have it up at the penthouse? Chaise lounge rather than those wipeable leatherette sofa thing? By the time his mind returns from these considerations, he's missed half the nurse's instructions. And then you place the semen inside the safe. Come again? The nurse sighs, but if she's frowny, he can't see it under the face mask. After producing the sample of the specimen pot, write your name, patient number, and date of birth on a label, place the label on the pot, and then put the pot inside this plastic bag. Seal the bag, and place it along with your paperwork inside the safe. And once it's locked like this, press the alarm. Remain in the room until the alarm stops and the light goes green. Then you're good to go. He's locking his sperm in a safe. The imagery is too much. Do you understand? He doesn't, but nods anyway. It's only when she leaves that he registers the TV on the wall. He picks up the remote, remembers the function of this room, and drops it. How many jippy fingers have held that thing? Are lads dropping trow and sitting bare arsed on that sofa? Are they sterilising this room after each wank? He goes to the sink, washes his hands, and picks up the remote with some paper towel. The TV comes alive and lists the digital content available. Adult XXX is option number 1. What exactly are the ethics of having this material available in a hospital? Surely the Hippocratic Oath bars sadism, masochism, snuff, upskirts, rape simulation, gangbangs, horny, stepmoms, taxi men with secret cameras, etc., etc. Still, he's paying 230 quid for this. If Benson boobs and missionary is all he's got on offer, then he's damn well going to watch it. He clicks enter. The TV asks for a code. The code pasted to the wall, pasted to the wall on a piece of tattered A4. Does not work. 230 quid, you're going to mess me around like this? He abandons the remote, tries connecting his phone to the Wi-Fi. Success. On RedTube.com, the algorithm suggests husband watches wife get BBD in the pool. Best not think too hard about how computers arrive at their decisions. He clicks it. The husband is behind the camera, never seen. The wife is in a bikini. At no point do you see the face of the male porn model. How can you enjoy a good wank with the voice of Jermaine Greer, Laura Mulvey, and Spike Lee nagging at you? This is why he usually opts for the imagination when he masturbates. His memories are far more politically correct than the main. He abandons his phone and closes his eyes and thinks of girls in Florence in tumble-down beds, of a sheep of Greece bundled up in a sleeping bag, and a hostel in the Slovenian mountains, on the back of the 66A bus on the way to a Rage Against the Machine concert, under trees, on grass, on beaches, and the sea. All the times he could have made a child and didn't. He comes in the pot, puts on the label and drops it in the safe. He presses the alarm and waits for them to come and get it from the other side of the wall. Outside in the corridor, there's another male voice. They're walking into a room down the way. Just more chaff on the thrashing room floor.